Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Lane School. My name is Juan Jose Lecaros. I'm an English teacher. I'm trying to be an English teacher here in Chile. I work at Universidad Autónoma de Chile, the Autonomous University here in Chile, in the ELT program. I try to train some of the Chileans to become English teachers, English as a second language, probably. And I've been invited to talk about my country to you. So I'm very honored. I'm very honored to be with you and to explain a little bit about my country for your geography class. So welcome. I'm going to talk about some features, okay? Just as a native Chilean, I'm going to talk about some features of my country. Number one, some people might not know, but we are one, we are a country in which we have had many, many different earthquakes. In fact, the biggest earthquake ever took place here in Chile during the 1960s. Okay, we recently had another one in 2010, which was very huge, 8.8. Uh, but we are used to living in a place that sometimes shakes a little bit. That's okay. Our architecture, we have skyscraper, we have a lot of things like that, and our architecture allows us to have that kind of things because we have learned how to deal with earthquakes, just as other countries have to deal with, I don't know, tornadoes or things like that. Okay, another important thing is this is Chile. This is a mixture between very modern stuff and some old stuff. This is a view from Santiago, our capital city, which is more or less in the central area of our country. You can see that we are a very hilly country. We have, in fact, not one, but two different cordilleras. Well, we're going to talk about the most common one. This is a view from Santiago, as I said before. Some green areas are there, very huge buildings, some other more, or some old houses, etc. We have different sectors. We call them comunas, districts, and Chile is divided into some regions. Okay. Something important is that yes, we have had some problems as usual in many countries. We have had problems with some social uprising in 2019 and so on. So we are in the middle of a process that maybe in history we can talk about that a lot. Okay, but here we are to talk about geography. And believe it or not, Chile has some land in three different continents. Obviously, the mainland is in Latin America. You can see that little thing over there, very skinny country. That's Chile. But we have also have some marvelous islands somewhere in the Pacific Ocean, including, of course, the Easter Island, which is the most popular island. That is in this map. You can see that very far away from mainland. That's Easter Island. And so we have also some other islands. And we have also land that belongs to Chile in and the Antarctica. Okay, so we are just one nation that is divided into three main areas. Okay, now how long is Chile? I just found this video from TikTok, and I think that it's really interesting. I hope you enjoy this. Okay, let's try to watch that in order to identify how long Chile is. It's the longest country in the world. Let's listen.
How far are you from Chile using Chile as a scale? So we'll be using the measurements of one Chile and rotating it like a circumference. But also this looks really confusing because it's on a flat map. And luckily this post considered we do live on a globe. So in the red, you are exactly one Chile away from Chile. In the orange, you're two Chiles away from Chile. In this weird yellow, you're three. And in the green, you're four. Only this Bermuda Triangle in China, or should we say Chilean Triangle, is about five Chiles away from Chile. Didn't think I was going to wake up this morning and learn this information, but here we are.
This is it. Chile is a very long country. Actually, from the north of Chile, that is next to Peru and Bolivia, up to the southwest part in next to the Antarctica, we have 4,270 kilometers, which is very, very long.
How
Okay,
far?
let's move on. This is the, I would say this is the land, the main characteristics of the land in which we live. We have the Cordillera de los Andes in the east, that in a way is a sort of a, I would say, a natural barrier against many things. It's a wide um, cord of different mountains. We have a portion of the land that is below, absolutely below the Cordillera of Andes, in which many people live. We have a tiny cordillera. We call that Cordillera de la Costa because it's next to the shore, and we have different beaches all over the all over the country. They face the Pacific Ocean, so most of the time, I mean, in most of Chile, the water of the sea is very cold. Okay, uh, well, not in Easter Island, but at least in inland, in the part of Chile that is uh, in the in the mainland in Latin America, it's very cold. Okay, Chile, there is a very old book, Chilean old book of geography that is called Chile o una loca geografía, something like Chile or a very bizarre geography. Because you can see it's a portion of land in the next to Argentina and stuff, but then here we have several different archipelagos and different islands. It's sort of like it's being cracked. Okay, but this is it. This is it. Some parts of the land you cannot go by car or on a bus. You must take a plane to get to, I don't know, Punta Arenas, Puerto Natales. There are some cities, major cities in the south of Chile. Okay, let's talk about some of the places. Okay, first of all, what you can see there in the north of Chile is the Atacama Desert, okay, that is located in the northern Chile, of course, and it's one of the driest places on Earth. In fact, it rains very little, almost never. Okay, despite its extreme conditions, although the Atacama is home to surprising variety of plant and animal life. Okay, including the world largest population of flamingos. Yes, we have flamingos in here. It's also a very popular destination for stargazing. The skies are very clear, very blue. Um, and there's a lack of light pollution. Okay, you can as it's a desert, you don't get lights from cities, so many people, many tourists come here. We have some astronomical sites in which people can study the stars on some observatories. We have some monuments over there, and it's great. It's great. The Atacama is also home to several unique geological formations, such as El Valle de la Luna, something like the Moon Valley, which, according to tradition, the moon kissed the earth and it left the face marked on the surface. And we also have the Desierto Florido. Once a year, once a year, we don't know how, Um, but we get flowers in many places of the Atacama Desert. Although it doesn't rain too much, although it's the driest places on Earth, we get from time to time, usually once a year, sometimes even less than that. We have these spectacular uh, bunch and lots of uh, places that are covered with flowers. Okay, and this is the Ojos del Salado. Okay, one of the highest mountains here in Chile, and that helped me to talk about the Andes. The Andes is this um, I would say a chord. I would say some part of our own geography, but it starts, as you can see, in the very up north of Latin America up to the southern part of Chile. That's the Cordillera of Andes as a whole. Okay, this is a massive mountain range that stretches the length of South America. Okay, the Chilean section of the Andes is home to some of the highest peaks in the range, such as the Ojos del Salado that I have already mentioned. This is the highest volcano, by the way, in the world. The Andes are also an important source of fresh water. As you can see, they are covered with snow. Okay, some of these are eternal snow. Okay, and some parts of these ice and snow are can melt, and they feed the country's rivers and lakes. The Andes are popular destination for adventure tourism, which activities such as hiking, skiing. Usually, we have many places people come here and skiing, and mountaineering, attracting visitors from around the world. Okay, what you can see there, it's are also glaciers. We have lots of them. Okay, next, I have to talk about the Chilean Patagonia, and this is a um, a shared area with Argentina due to some political agreement and stuff. Most of the Patagonia belongs to Argentina, but we also have some parts of the Patagonia. This is a region in the southern Chile that is known for its stunning natural beauty. Being there, seeing this kind of landscape, having the opportunity to be there, it's absolutely marvelous and inspiring. Remember that we are a country full of poets. Gabriela Mistral, Pablo Neruda, Vicente Huidobro, I don't know, many poets. And this is mind blowing. The scenes that you can see here are mind blowing. These are some cathedrals, we call them like that, that uh, that you can find them here. The Patagonia is characterized by rugged mountains, glaciers, and vast expanses of wilderness. It's a popular destination also for outdoor activities like hiking, skiing, and camping. And it's home also um, to several national parks, okay, including, of course, Torres del Paine National Park, which is considered one of the most beautiful places in the world. That's my family there. Those are my two sons, my wife, in this cave with a representation of a prehistoric um, animal. We call that Milodon, and the cave is huge. You can still see some traces of this huge mammal that lived there during the prehistoric era. Okay, these, although we're very near to the Antarctica, but sometimes the weather is very good, and you can see those kind of landscapes over there. Okay, that was our last trip that we got there. Uh, let's let's move on to talk about Antarctica. Okay, this is obviously the world's southernmost continent. Chile has a claim to part of Antarctica and maintains several research stations If you want to go there, you need to go to Punta Arenas, which is very near to the Magellan Straits, okay? And then you can get a ship or a plane to go to the Antarctica. We have several research stations there, okay? The continent is rich, uh, is home to a rich a variety of wildlife, such as the penguins that you can see there, seals and whales also, as well as unique ice formations and landscapes. Visiting the Antarctica is a rare and exhilarating experience that few people have get to have. Okay, being there is not easy, not even for Chileans. It's very expensive. They don't want a lot of population there, basically because of this army. Army facilities, research facilities. It's not a place to spend a lot of time, although there are some complexes there in which people live. There's actually a hospital, some schools for the people who work there, but you don't get to live for that for a long time unless you belong to the army or to any other armed forces, Chilean armed forces. Okay, and this is some complex that we have there. And finally, if you want to get to know something about the something about Easter Island, you have to take a plane and you spend a little bit more than 5 hours to get to the Eastern Island. Okay, La Isla de Pascua, as we call it. Okay, in the original name is not Isla de Pascua. That's Spanish. Easter Island is used to be called Rapa Nui. Okay, in its indigenous local language. Okay, this small island that is located over 2 miles off the coast of Chile in the Southern Pacific Ocean. The island is famous for its mysterious stone statues. They are known as moais. Okay, you can see the remains of the moais. They are everywhere. They are everywhere in different positions. That's a view. The hole you can see there, it's a volcano. It's a volcanic island. And the interesting thing is that this island is also a sort of a open museum. The whole island can be considered as a museum. You can visit different places, but you must stay in the truck. Okay, you cannot move along, touch everything you would like to touch, because it's the locals are very jealous about their own traditions. They're very jealous about their culture, and they want to preserve the culture. Okay, we don't know what about these moais or how they were made. Obviously, they were made by the locals. They are made of volcanic rocks that you can find a lot of there. There's not a lot of agriculture, but there used to be um, some kind of cattle, especially sheep, over there. Okay, but the island is home to rock cliffs, as you can see. You can visit everywhere. Okay, and they are very, very huge. They used to say that they are some kind of, mm, I would say, the gods of the souls of big families or soldiers or very important people. The bigger, the more important. Okay, and you can visit there. It's an absolute marvelous trip that you can take. You can visit these kind of beaches that are with very warm water. This is part of the Polynesian, okay? One of the three different Polynesian islands, and that's why it has some very South American influences. Okay, there are very strict laws toward tourism. They try to keep it as safe as possible. They had a very long lockdown during the COVID. pandemic, and it's beautiful. You can see there, and you can enjoy some different activities such as dances, music, culture, etc. So this is it. This is Chile. I hope that you like it. These are just five incredible places in Chile that we can offer. We offer a range of unique experiences and adventure. And I hope that you have enjoyed this. I hope that my rusty English was not a barrier to understand everything that is good in the country. And we hope to see you again. Okay? Take care. Goodbye. Thank you very much. Bye bye.